So, this morning we will be reviewing the demo for Dark Fantasy Great Sword dash Two-Handed Sword dash Heavy Sword. That's a very unusual product name. You definitely could have gone with something more memorable and less chat GPT kind of vibe than that. Brackets Swords Dark Fantasy Great Sword Pack. Original sword design. I mean, I would hope so. Sword skeletal mesh ready. Okay. I don't know. That's like probably the most useless product description I have seen. I'm assuming it's CSL. I'm interested in this because they generally have decent looking designs. I wouldn't say they're very original at all. But we are in the market to have something more distinct for the player character and some of our mobs. The asking price is just shy of $50, which is absolutely insane. There's no way it's worth anywhere even within a fraction of that. This is definitely like a 70% sale kind of thing here. 50% bare minimum if you really desperately need it. You don't desperately need it enough to spend that much money. So we will review this in the context you can get it for 70% off. One of their previous packs was actually free. And I think I grabbed one of their environments for 70% off a while ago. So they have a demo. I'm expecting it to be a fucking mess of anti-aliasing, quote unquote, and other post-processing because the one demo they had was really bad. You obviously don't need that. Yeah, look at the post-processing is fucking nuts. Like the sharpening is over the top. Tab. How do you go to our YouTube? Yo. There we go, that's better. Hang on. Our toe map sharpen. There you go. We're getting places. You can turn off the fucking sharpening filter. That's wonderful. Sharpening is obviously not something you want to have. What else can we remove? They've got insane tone mapping, but I think trying to change the tone mapping is just asking for pain. That was a pretty heavy stall, and I thought I saw something flicker onto the screen for a moment. Oh, that's GPU occlusion culling. This is one of their levels, right? This is their new level that they made? The interior? I haven't seen this, actually, so we can talk about that too. Wow, these controls are hyper awkward. Instead of jumping, you get a stagger animation, and then you get a roll that's really bad. I'm assuming they just hacked it together as fast as possible for the demo. Not really too surprising. Yeah, the animations are pretty stiff. This stand animation doesn't look too bad, though. It's not too bad of a one. Those attack animations are really rigid, though. Definitely the sounds aren't very good either. But dude, they have destructible objects. How many people have that? I don't, because fucking chaos is an absolute disaster to set up. Okay, they've got the Souls effect in here for sure. The tone mapping is just entirely unnecessary. You don't need to like delete half of the fucking colors in the scene, right? So this is also their character model too. Obviously none of this stuff comes with the pack I was talking about. It comes with their other shit. So I guess for better or for worse, we can do all of them. We can talk about all of them. So they have a knight. I don't think these animations are theirs. I would hope not. And there's no like self-shadowing, and there's lots of specularity bleeding, so it's kind of hard to really judge a lot of how it really would look in an actual high-quality game environment with actual lighting. But I mean, he doesn't look bad. right? Like the cloth is better weighted than a lot of the ones that I have, I would say. Kind of wish we had some actual fast animations here. So, hold space, run spaces, jump. Oh, they really did try to... God, it's like dying every single time I destroy something. Keep in mind, I'm on a 7900 XT, right? Like, your demo should never perform bad, ever. It's, it should not happen. But the frame rate is horrendous. And a part of that's probably the motion blur makes it seem worse than it really should be. Their controls are about as awkward as you could really get, honestly. Like, I think you have to intentionally go out of your way to make the controls this awkward. There's lots of jittering. There's definitely a lot of jittering. I mean, even if you just, like, copy the third-person template and, like, the most basic bitch YouTube shit, this should never happen, by the way. Remember how before I was like the double space to dodge? That doesn't work. I'll give you something better. Oh, that's gonna be on the wrong... Oh, that doesn't matter. God, motherfucking damn. Does this work? There you go. That's better. I'm gonna need to change the position of these overlays when I do Armored Core, so... Fucking them up now for the sake of review doesn't mean too much to me. So I'm just kind of like feeling around here, really enjoying the fact that the lighting is really messed up. There's a distinct lack of shadow casting going on, in spite of the fact it performs absolutely terribly. It's, I think that's Frank, isn't it? Yeah, that's Frank. I think it is. It's more Drake. Is that Frank? Is that his animations? They look so much more rigid than I really was thinking. But I think they might be. It's possible. I haven't really messed around with his two-handed set, but it could be. I feel like they've really messed up the timings on it, or it's just the other shit that's messed up. Sword goes right through his head. Blocking while moving is really jank. Holy shit. You could probably keyframe that out pretty easily, I think. It's just in the oh, that was jank. I was blocking and I walked over this and suddenly an attack happened. But yeah, I can no longer double space. So their blueprints have some really busted logic in them. I mean, okay, you're in a demo, you're not here to judge their blueprint quality, but why go through the effort of building an environment, a character, and a bunch of weapons if you don't try to have it at least be tested once or twice, maybe? And why would you hold sprint on spacebar, like, to jump? Like, that is so jank. That's really jank. The only reason Souls does that is because From Software doesn't know how to make games, and also because it's a shitty console port. Nobody in their right mind would ever make a fucking keyboard control system that's like that. It's just, oh my goodness. It's absolutely unnecessary. I love the fact that I can rub into the statues and they explode, but it's a little bit harder to make these explode. I mean, if their environment comes with pre-built destructible stuff, that's definitely a point in their favor, because I can't think of any that do. It's hard to judge the quality of the content when the lighting is so fucked by not casting any shadows at all. Like, this is definitely like Unreal 4, which is really amazing that it performs this badly. Because there's no dynamic shadow casting of any kind. There's no lumen or anything like that. And the GPU occlusion culling that's just going absolutely fucking dog shit insane. All the environment's just flicking in and out of existence. Like, This is what every demo looks like. You're not going to find a demo that doesn't look like this. Because everybody uses GPU occlusion culling even though it's absolute dog shit. Like, if you're not enslaved to Unreal 5, just change the source and use fucking GPU or CPU culling. It's better in basically every respect. So what I get from that is like the developer doesn't really know Unreal, right? So that's like a big red flag for me. So the dagger is clipping through the leg because it's weighted to the pelvis and not the leg. I think what I would probably do with that is make a bone that's assigned to the base of the dagger and then share weights on the orientation from the both of them and try to blend between them. I don't know how well that would work, but that's what I would try to do anyways, as opposed to just letting it clip freely. So that's something the customer has to go into Blender and fix already. Right off the bat is something pretty severe. But, I mean, the model quality itself is alright. The textures are okay-ish. Definitely not like a hero asset type quality there, but not bad. The weapons. Well, the one that I'm holding right now is reasonable. It's not too bad. Now I can change weapons here. See, oh shit, I dropped it. Can I drop an infinite number of them? Yeah, I can. Oh, my frame rate is rapidly tanking. My frame rate should be unaffected by this. There's no way that should be affecting my frame rate whatsoever. There's just a couple of swords on the ground. What are you doing? Are they like firing overlaps on each other? Like, holy shit. I think they're like ticking overlaps on each other. That's my guess. The hit detection for pickup weapon is very fucked. If I G, I drop the weapon. So even that's not consistent. So, definitely a lot of like very basic blueprint issues in this so far. Now what's going on here? My camera was stuck inside the sword. Okay, never mind. I thought there was something odd going on, but there wasn't. It's just they didn't really give you like basic camera controls at all, because it's got to be like Souls in every respect, where the controls are dog shit, which means that you're not even allowed like basic camera controls. How do we turn off motion blur? Our motion blur amount 0. Finally! The game looks acceptable when you move objects. If you're gonna have motion blur, you need like per object motion blur and not screen space motion blur, but this is like 2001 technology that we're dealing with, so can't have that. The hit test has no idea what to do at all. We have to arrange our laggy mess here very carefully. So this here is like, what's his face's sword that they pulled out of World of Warcraft. The wolf head looks kind of low res. Yeah. Like, it's got a detail normal on it, but the diffuse is very low res. So at a distance, it just, the texel density doesn't look as good, because the normals are getting fucked up by all the post-processing. And since the diffuse is low res, that's what shows up the most, right? So they could definitely go and sharpen up that diffuse quite a bit. I mean, look at it between it and his arm, even his hand. Even the blurry leather on his hand looks higher resolution than the wolf head on the swords. So that's not very good. It'd be okay for like a trash monster weapon, but not for a player or character weapon. So we have here the epic death hell sword of Grimm and some lag. Fascinating. This one looks higher resolution, but It doesn't really stand up to scrutiny up close, for sure. I would have animated the red. I guess maybe they'll give you a mask or something. There's some obvious clipping going on there on the top left. You see the little vein thing in the red there? You can see it kind of like pinches there. It looks awkward. Very awkward starfish. The aesthetic is interesting, I guess. I can see using it if you fixed up the made it like the red glow or whatever. This one here is it's very busy, so if you have temporal on it, will destroy it. And at a distance, it looks fine. The color of the gold is kind of awkward, but that's easy enough to change, I suppose. It's, again, the designs are alright. Nothing really to complain about there. I'm trying to pick up weapons. I'm actually just dropping more of them. Just making the performance even worse. This here is like a bone sword of some kind. See, the diffuse on this one looks fairly reasonable, right? A little low res on the top there and a little low poly, but you know, if this was like Unreal 3, I would say it looks pretty solid. I keep making more, I'm so sorry. Let's pick up our holy hell cleaver of very, very sharp. I notice this problem a lot with amateur artists, is you get those corners on the normal map between the ridges and the bevels and stuff, and they turn out hyper sharp. You see that? That's what's making all those sharp highlights, is the normal goes down to almost like zero roughness at that point for some reason. And it shouldn't. Like, it shouldn't do that. It should never do that. Again, though, the diffuse on this one looks a lot better than the other ones. At least up until you reach the hilt, it starts getting, like, the jewel looks kind of ho-hum. But I guess you could put a custom material in it. It does seem to have some kind of little material setting on it that does make it stand out. So that's kind of interesting. I have another crystal material I could put on it, though. Again, because the lighting is so messed up, it's hard to really judge these, because there's no, like, shadow casting. There's no, like, the specularity is bleeding like crazy. Like, it's just a really ugly looking environment, scene, composition. So it's very hard to judge those. Now, this is actually the one here that I was considering using for my character. With some changes, obviously, but it does interest me to see that it does have an emissive on the thing there, but the scratches on it look really bad, actually. They're really kind of like low res looking, especially compared to like the little runes. The runes are a lot higher res looking than the other details on it. So they have alternative. Find the lever that opens the gate upstairs. Bonus sword. That's the one from their other set, right? Like, I recognize that one from the other one. Can we find the crank? Alright, here's the modified versions. Is there a scratchless one? Nope, they've hard cut. Oh! Look at the edges of that. That's fucked. Yeah, they actually just straight up applied the wrong texture to this one completely. See in the middle there? That's really busted. That's like UV islands separating or something. It's really fucked up. Hope they fix that before they decide to release it. The emissive on this one here has been color shifted, but it's like the pixels are wrong on it, so you've got this disgusting mess. I think it's because they have a color. Like the emissive is already pre-colored, and they tried to tint shift it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the actual source, but that's really bad. That's really messed up. Holy hell. They didn't remove the scratch texture from the alternate one. I'd have to fix that myself, so that already deducts like half the value of the product to me. Now they have a spiky sword here. Can we get that? Yeah, there we are. Now the diffuse on this one here looks better than some of the others. But that doesn't really salvage the pack in my eyes. I honestly, even for 70% off, I would have a hard time justifying it. Because to like fix the really shitty looking scratch texture on the one of them, that's more effort than I really can make. Maybe it's something I can fix in the materials, but I'd have to look at their other weapon pack and determine if they even have much in the way of custom materials. Some of the others are alright though, like the edges on this are so are all of them like that? It's like randomly assigning them. I don't think they're all like that. I think they just assigned the wrong... They assigned like this one to that one. That's my assumption here. Because I'm not seeing that super fucked UV island. Yeah, it's like right in the middle of it. But I'm not seeing it on this version. So either they messed up the actual texture on that one, or it's probably more than likely they just blindly assigned the wrong thing and never paid attention to what they were doing. That's very, very common in the biz. Very, very common. Assertion failed, plus num to add max elements. Maximum number of U objects exceeded. Make sure you update. We're done with this review. Holy shit. You literally didn't pay attention to anything. Holy hell. I don't know, man. If the environment comes with pre-built destructible objects, that's neat. But who knows which part of that crashed it. I have a hard time believing the weapons themselves would do it. It was probably the blueprints, but... Wow, that was fucked.